Anya.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're Tweeks.
Tween
Geeks. The first comics we ever read were Archie ones.
And we know the Archie comics were a gateway to comics to a bunch of other kids, but some people just think they're too cool or modern for Archie. Some others just dismiss the Riverdale High kids as too old-timey.
If you watch a lot of high school shows like Glee, Saved by the Bell, 90210, you love Archie. These are the archetypes for those shows. Last night we were watching Beverly Hills 90210, and we were talking about how Betty and Veronica are just like Brenda and Kelly.
And I guess you could say we have a Betty and Veronica here. One blonde, one brunette. Blonde's maybe kind and smart and caring, and the brunette's kind of fashionable and sassy and a little bit snobby. The Archie comics started in the late 40s, and they've kind of been modernized to fit today. All the characters live in the fictional town of Riverdale. Archie Andrews is 17 years old.
And he's a ginger. The doctor would be jealous.
And he's stuck in a love triangle with Betty Cooper and Veronica Lodge. He's also in a band with them, the Archies.
And then there's Jughead, Archie's best friend. His appetite is bigger than his brain.
And Reggie, Archie's biggest rival.
Both of them have a love-hate relationship. Reggie's in the band, but he's a total trickster.
And he's a jerk.
Later, he either marries Betty or Veronica. So, other notable associations are Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Josie and the Pussycats. Both are great comics on their own.
Betty is my absolute favorite character. She's so smart, and she has a really cool sense of style in the old comics. I mean, like sweaters and jeans. Argyle, I approve. And there's also a book about her that we just got. Diary of Betty, Girl Next Door. There's all these cool doodles by Betty in it, and it has a bunch of different stories of her high school life in it. It's really cool. It's basically about Betty's first few months as a freshman at Riverdale High. There's a first day of school entry that she has, and it's kind of like learning to fit in and getting into all this stuff. And then there's one where she overjoins clubs, and she has all these extracurricular activities that she doesn't even like. This book sort of reminded me of Dork Diaries. There's also other comics where they meet the band Kiss and the kids from Glee. And now there's a horror series set in 3 arcs called Afterlife with Archie. It's the first Archie series to be rated teens and up.
But more about that later. For those of you who haven't read Archie before, you'll probably want to know a good place to start. The best of the Archie comics and the Archie 1000-page bonanza. It's cool to see the first Archies compared with the new ones. It's really cool you get to see all the different Archies. My favorite comic in this book was when Jughead's mom was in labor and she gave birth in a pizza delivery van. The book shows some of the best Archie comics through the ages, some of them up to 70 years ago.
Who would have thought Archie would live this long?
Speaking of lifespans, we should probably talk about the death of Archie, a life celebrated.
This final book brings along the death of our favorite redhead. At Senator Kevin Keller's fundraiser after party, a stalker tries to shoot Kevin while his FBI bodyguards are distracted. Archie takes the bullet and saves Kevin, but is killed in the process.
We got to see what would happen if he married Betty or if he married Veronica, but sadly, either way, he dies a hero's death.
And last but not least is Afterlife with Archie.
After Jughead's dog gets run over by Reggie's car, Sabrina helps Jughead revive Hot Dog by reading
The Necronomicon! It's a cool book of spells of the dead.
But not everything goes as planned, and Hot Dog ends up starting the zombie apocalypse.
Now Riverdale is in danger and no one is safe. We're so excited for the next issue.
We mentioned in our Long Beach Comic-Con column some sneak peeks from the series writer, Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa.
Issue 10 focuses on Reggie, who of course started the zombie apocalypse when he ran over Hot Dog and has been living with that guilt.
And guess who's coming? Jessie and the Pussycats! They've been on their world tour and are untouched by the zombie apocalypse. But the third arc of the series is called R.I.P. Betty, so she's probably gonna die.
There's also going to be more Sabrina! Last time we saw her, she was banished by her aunts to the Nether Realm.
I don't know how I feel about the Afterlife with Archie series. I mean, I like it.
It's almost too different. I wish things would just go back to normal, the way they were before, but I'm still gonna read it.
We don't think younger readers should read this. It's too scary and dark.
And violent. However, there's so many great Archie comics to read out there, so read those. My favorite Archie comics are any comics with Josie and the Pussycats. I love them so much.
Well, Archie is very much Tweeks approved, but we're gonna hold off on an approval on the Afterlife until we find out what happens to the kids from Riverdale. I mean, I want everything to go back to normal.
So that's all for now.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And check back every Thursday on ComicMix.com for new episodes.
Bye!